Use several ways to accomplish the crocheted provisional cast-on. Provisional cast-ons are made so that the cast-on edge stitches remain live with some waste yarn. The reasons you would use this would be if the instructions ask you for a cast-on that is provisionary, or if you're not sure of the length of your project and you want to be able to go back and add at the bottom, or if you're unsure of the type of edging you want to put on when you start your project. The traditional way is to do a slip knot, and with waste yarn you're going to just do a chain, okay? And you usually chain more chains than you need stitches. So if you needed 20 stitches of knitting, you would chain 25, 30, doesn't matter, because you tend to not use the ones on the end. I would just stop there. You can pull through the yarn. What's nice is that you need to mark the beginning tail with a knot, because this only pulls out one way, okay? Let me show you this. The whole idea is this is going to be your provisional cast on, and this will zip out, all right? This is the end with a knot, and I know not to use that end. I'll come over here, and I'll always tie that off very loosely so I can just pull it out, and you can see the stitches just pull out very easily, all right? And this is going to benefit you when you're working on it. So typically you have a chain, and the structure of a crochet chain, if you're not familiar with it, is that one side looks like the traditional V-stitch of a knitting, okay? You're not going to use that side. You're going to flip that little chain over, and you're going to see those little bumps, which I like to think of as little pearl bumps, whatever, those little lines in the middle. That's what you're going to pick up. You're going to use your real working yarn, okay? You're going to stay a little way from the edge. You don't have to start with the very first one. Just stay on those little loops there. You're going to go through the loop, and you're going to pull your working yarn, your project yarn, through it like that, okay? And you keep going down the line. I'm using big yarn today, but if it wasn't big, you would have, it might be a little harder to work with this little crochet. This crochet chain can get wormy and twisty, and it's hard to keep track of which ones to pick up, okay? Just take your time, all right? The way I like to do it, I'll show you next. And I like this crochet cast on because this is one I don't have to memorize anything new. You know, I can go right to it, okay? So notice I didn't use these or these, it doesn't matter, okay? But as long as I have the number of stitches I want on there, that's fine. And now I would knit, all right? I'd knit here, I've already done that, and I've bound off. This is my bind off edge. Here's my cast on edge, and I'm ready to pull this out. So in order to do that, I know not to use this end, all right? I come over here, I untie this, okay, and get it started. These green loops that you see here, and I'll stick my finger or something in it to show you, those are your cast on stitches, and those are the ones we're going to pick up. And although I did use big needles, it's often helpful to use a smaller needle just to pick those up in this process. But anyway, we're going to go slowly. We're going to pull out the provisional and put the stitch on the needle, okay? One at a time. And that way we know we're not going to mess up. And that's how easy it is. All right. If you have a little trouble working with that, I don't think that's a stitch. There you go. And now you're able to knit because everything's live. If you have trouble with the this chain and it getting all twisty and everything. Here's another way to do it. Again, it's still, you're starting the same way with your waste yarn. You make a slip knot. It's still going on your crochet hook, okay? But this time you're going to use your knitting needle, and you're going to use what I call the crochet cast on, where the yarn, the working yarn, is behind your needle, and your crochet hook is in your right hand, and you're holding the knitting needle in your left hand, okay? Now you reach over the top of the needle, and you grab the yarn, you hook it, and you pull through. And this would be a slip stitch in crochet, but whatever. If you're not used to it, just take your time and do it like this. And just like with a normal cast on, if there's any part of this that you didn't like and it just didn't look right, or they weren't spaced right, your stitches, you can certainly undo it. Like, just take it off, okay, and redo it. But this is one way to go ahead and get your waste yarn already on the needle. We kind of save a step, all right? When you've got the number you want on there, you're going to put it on the needle. And now, just like before, you grab your working yarn, maybe, all right? And now you can start knitting. Again, I don't tie my working yarn to my provisional yarn because that is waste yarn, the white yarn, and you don't need it, all right? And it's going to come out, so there's no point in tying to it. So I just start knitting, okay? That first stitch is going to be a little loose there, but I can pull on the tail, and we'll deal with it later at the end of the project, okay? And again, it's the same procedure. You're now knitting with your project yarn. You're going to keep knitting, bind off, do whatever the instructions say. But these stitches will be able to rip out in the same technique as we did before. If you don't happen to have your crochet hook handy with you when you need it, and you want to get started on this, do as we did as children, and I went ahead and put a knot on the end that I'm not going to use. Go ahead and do a slip knot, okay? And you can make a chain without a crochet hook just by pulling the yarn through and pulling the yarn through. Tighten that down, pull it through, tighten it down, whatever you need to try and even out your stitches. And again, at the end, you can, when you're finished with the last one, I just pull it all the way through. Again, you've got the little V's in the front and the little bumps in the back. You've got your chain without a crochet hook. I hope this helped you, and have a good day. Thank you.